What's up, everybody? Jboard here with another video. I'm going to be showing you guys the couple EQs I got for XDefiant so far. I will say that there's still a little bit of work that needs done. This is the first couple weeks the game's been out, and with something like COD, I have a baseline. I have the ability to say, well, typically 32 hertz is hovering around, plus 8 dB, and I have, something to go off of. XDefiant, I had to start from scratch, so it took a while longer. And then they improved the Footstep audio. I think just audio in general with the last couple updates they've had. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the EQ, because I know that's what you guys are looking for. All right, so EQ1, we got 32 hertz at 6. Is that 6? It looks like 7. No, that's 6. All right. 64 is at 11. 125 is going to be at 6. 250 hertz is going to be at 1. 500 hertz is going to be at -5. 1K is going to be at -2. 2K is going to be at 4. 4K is going to be at 8. 8K is going to be at -4. 16K is going to be at -7. Okay, so again, this is the first EQ. Looks a little bit wonky if you look at something like this, right? This is a COD EQ that I got, but it's a different engine. It's a different audio overhaul, I would say. One of the things you're going to notice with this, by the way, I'll get into a second EQ here in just a minute, but Footsteps have a different range in this game. As you can tell here, the highest frequencies are going to be like 32 to 125, and then the 2K to 4K range, mainly 4. You're going to have kind of louder, sharper shots, but they're not going to be as bassy sounding, which allows you to differentiate between kind of like that bass from shots fired, whatever direction, versus footsteps. Like it's all about drawing that distinction. Something I also noticed is the echelon, like depending on your faction, like echelon, for example, has certain effects that utilize that same frequency range, like around here. So you're going to have certain sounds in the game that are going to fall on the same frequency ranges that the footsteps do, and it's going to kind of cloud it out. There's not a whole lot you can do about that. But this game, the audio is actually good. So things like virtual sound virtualizer, volume leveler, you can use these. Personally, I found that surround virtualizer adds some latency, so you might have a better ability to hear footsteps in the direction they're coming, but there's a little bit of a delay to it. So it's up to you guys if that's actually worth doing or not. Volume leveler, of course, is going to kind of level off and ruin the EQ, but it does work. It does make everything louder, even the footsteps. But moving on to the second EQ. This is one I already have in here because I was testing it out. So 32 hertz, we got 8 dB. 64 hertz, we got 12. 125 is 7. 250 is -3. 500 is -7. 1K is -3. 2K is 3. 4K is 6. 8K is -3. And 16K is -6. Again, I'll put all these EQs in the descriptions, but that's like if Dolby doesn't update and erases all your EQs like they typically do, then it's just a quick reference guide that you guys don't have to watch the entire video again. But yeah, that's the 2 EQs I got for you guys, but I also want to show the free version of Dolby, which is SteelSeries Sonar. I like to every once in a while bring this up so that way it can serve as a reminder that you don't have to buy a membership to Dolby. You can also just use SteelSeries GG if it'll open, which I'm not sure why it isn't. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, I definitely still have the app. I don't know why it's doing this. SteelSeries, I'll open run as admin. Okay, never mind. I guess we're not gonna look at SteelSeries. But it's the same idea. You've got the ability to move. It's actually better on SteelSeries, I personally would say, because you still have the same amount of bands, which each one of these are called a band. You have the same amount of band, but you can actually click on them and move them around. So, like here, this is the slope. It goes up, down, right? Well, in SteelSeries, you can actually like click this, drag it closer, so it has a steeper drop off and a more gradual into 250, for example. So it's pretty neat, and I would definitely suggest screwing around with it a little bit. It's kind of fun too. But we're going to get into XDefiant. I'm going to show you guys the in-game settings that I have, some of the master audio settings as well that I want you guys to lower, because that you don't want. I understand the operators, like that sort of interaction with the environment and what's going on in the game is engaging. It's nice, but sometimes they need to shut the hell up, and you need to just be able to listen. Issues. Okay, so going to settings, audio. So dialogue volume I have dialed back all the way to 35, because again, these are your operators, other people's operators. You don't need to be hearing them yelling at you. UI volume, this is just your menu volume. I have it at 25 because I just don't want it to be very loud. Music volume. This is, I think it plays music in the beginning of your match as well, so probably put that down to 11. Mute audio and minimized. Basically, when you get out of this window, you don't want to continue hearing the app if you're doing something else. If you're on console, then it doesn't really matter. Voice chat. Yeah, all this other stuff is just voice chat. You talking to buddies or talking shit to a rando. I will say that I noticed the gameplay UI is a little bit off. Like well, let's see, what was it? It was the mini map. Where is it? Anyway, it's not correct. The mini map, it says like rotate with your movement. You actually want to have it off, not on, because it's already on. Maybe they'll fix that, but who knows? Yeah, I don't know. I guess if you guys want to look at the other settings I have pretty damn good aim in this game, so this is what I'm running with. Video and graphics, that doesn't quite matter. Unless you have a PC, sure, I'll run through it. I'm looking for kind of medium to medium high quality settings. I don't want my GPU being stressed and prioritizing picture rather than performance, even though I got a 4090. Again, you guys also have the option for input-based matchmaking. So if you're playing with a controller, even on PC, you can be like, I don't want to play with these bastards that are using mouse and keyboard. Personally, I keep it off because I beat everybody's ass, but to each their own. That pretty well wraps it up. I'm going to throw a gameplay at the end here so you guys can, pop in the EQs, test out each one, and not have to go into a game and, be testing it out yourself. So again, we got this one, the first that I showed you guys. This is more of a, I'd say a well-rounded one. This EQ is going to have the ability to differentiate all the sounds, but the second is going to have a bit more of a bass orientation to it. So the intention was for the kind of lower bass headsets. Like, for example, if you've got 40 millimeter drivers versus 50s, then you might want to go to this second EQ that I showed. The first is supposed to fit pretty much a wide range of headsets. Even though it doesn't change a ton, it's enough to where I noticed it on the 3 different headsets I tested out. One was an Alienware 988. The other's a Sennheiser 9. 9 something, and then also a Turtle Beach wireless headset. But that's all I got for you guys. Let me know how this plays out for y'all, and I'll have better improvements as we go, and I have more practice on XDefiant making EQs.
Friendly going for Zone B. Capture zone contested. Deadly. Friendly going for Zone B. I'm taking it. Allies on B. Friendly securing A. Capture zone secured. Hostiles on A. Subtle approach. Hostiles are winning A. Also ready for the About to lose. Secure all the zones. This should be familiar. Zone C. I'm detecting our sonar tech in enemy hands. Friendly moving on to We're taking A. All zones in enemy hands. Take them back. Capture zone secured. Time to think about extraction. Zone A under assault. This will run off, but you're a pro. We'll bounce back. Eyes on B. Compromise. Enemy neutralized. This will be a fun report to write. Player of the match? You don't even officially exist. Who's making these decisions? What's their clearance level? Domination. I'll tag 3 objectives on your OPSAT. Assault them at your discretion. Three, two, one. Secure those capture zones, Agent. Friendlies capturing Zone A.
Hope you like Spider-Man. Grenade!
Capture zone secured. capture zone A. Capture zone contested. Friendlies going for zone B. Hostiles hold all captures. Start making some noise, agent. Team capturing zone C. Hostile suppressed. Hostiles on the scope in zone B. Capture zone secured. Friendlies going for zone B. Capture zone A is at risk. Capture zone. The shuttle approach. Team capturing zone C. Capture zone contested. Friendlies going for zone B. Team capturing zone C. secured.